Now this time it's time to see Mr. Wabbit. That was a mistake, years of Mr. Man, Australia, Episode 10. Mr. Wabbit. Poor Mr. Wabbit. Whatever happened, he wabbled about it. If it rained, he wabbled that his roof was going to leak. If it didn't rain, he wabbled that his plants in the garden were going to die. If he set off shopping, he wabbled that the shops would be shut when he got there, and when the shops weren't shut when he got there, he wabbled that he spent too much money shopping. If he came home with the shopping, he wabbled that he'd left something behind, or that something had fallen out of his hands on his way home. And when he got home and discovered that he hadn't dropped anything or left anything behind, on the way home, he wabbled that he'd brought too much, and then he wabbled about where to put it all. Life was just one long wabble for poor Mr. Wabbit. He was worried that if he walked too far, he would not be able to get home. But on the other hand, if he didn't walk far enough, he wouldn't get enough exercise. So he hurried along worrying. Or you could say he hurried along hurrying. He met Mr. Bump. "Hey, I'm very worried about you," he said. "Why's that?" asked Mr. Bump. "Well, I'm worried that one of these days you might hurt yourself." "Don't you worry your head about that," said Mr. Bump, and went off. Oh, tripping over his own feet. Mr. Wabbit went on. He met Mr. Nosy. "Hey, I'm very worried about you," he said. "Why's that?" asked Mr. Nosy. Well, I'm worried that you might get some sore bruise on your nose, said Mr. Wyvern. Don't you worry your head about that, said Mr. Nosy, and went off. Mr. Wyvern went on. He met Mr. Greedy. Hey, I'm very worried about you, he said. Why's that? Asked Mr. Greedy. Well, I'm worried that you might eat too much and be sick, explained Mr. Wyvern. Me? Said Mr. Greedy. Eat too much? Impossible. And he went off for lunch. Mr. Wyvern went on. He met Twilight Sparkle. Hello, Mr. Wyvern, she said. I haven't seen you for years. Oh, hello, Twilight. What's at the wings? I'm a princess, an Aracorn princess. I had them as a reward for doing my learning about friendship. I think you might have to write what you're worried about. I can make sure that none of these things would ever happen. Mr. Wyvern had already wrote her the list and gave it to her. Oh, thanks. Now I'll check. She left. Mr. Wyvern went on without being worried. He didn't have a care in the world. And every day he was not worried. But on Saturday morning, he was a worried man. Oh dear. What do you think was worrying him? Can you guess? He met Twilight he was wanting to see. Oh dear, she said when she met him. What's worrying you now, sweetie? I'll tell you, said Mr. Wyvern. I'm worried because you can't change back into a unicorn. Of course I can't. It's part of my life. As I live and learn things. I see. Of course. Twilight can't change back to a unicorn. You remember last time I told you how she became one? In 90 years of the Little Legend of Cord Australia series 2. Well, she had them on her when she was born alive. That's what happens to anyone as they grow.